Welcome or welcome back. This is your curious European friend, and today we're looking into Canadian high schools because I was wondering what Canadian high schools are like, if they're similar to US high schools, if they're completely different. I guess we're gonna find out together. So let's go. Oh, and I had to mute most of these clips, these TikToks, to avoid copyright. So maybe I'll put some copyright free music under it myself, but yeah. So things in a Canadian household that make sense. Okay, this is going way too fast. We're gonna take it back. Coat hangers in the lockers. Now, first of all, this is still so crazy to me because I would watch like shows when I was a kid. I watched those like kids shows, and they were set, I guess, in the US. And so when I got to high school, I thought, like, I was so excited because I thought I was gonna get American type of lockers, but no, we did not get these lockers. I was so excited. I saw that you could like kind of decorate them and stuff. We got like a little square locker, which I guess is all I really needed. But I was so excited to get these huge lockers, and that was just, yeah, that was not a thing where I'm from. So yeah, this is still kind of crazy to me that you have this whole locker by yourself. And coat hangers, really convenient. Breakfast club. I'm not sure what that really means. Do you have a club of people that you just eat breakfast with at school? And what do you do? I guess you eat breakfast, but yeah, I don't know. Wall of academic excellence, yeah. Also, I don't remember having this either. So I feel like this is a pretty American thing in general. Huge cafeteria. We did have a pretty big one. Maybe not that big. What did she say here? With football. No. I don't think we had that. Quit vaping posters. That might be, yeah, this is from 2025. When I was in high school, that was some years ago at this point. So no, that was not a thing yet. And I don't know if they are doing that now. Tabs that don't work. That might be inside joke. Tabs that don't work. School pride. Yeah. Okay. So I suppose those things are kind of similar as with the US then, because my American boyfriend told me that there's a lot of school pride there as well. That's also not a thing where I'm from the Netherlands, and I think generally in Europe it's not really a thing. There was no competitions and stuff. Also probably because school sports aren't a thing. We don't have a rugby team or basketball team or anything like that. So yeah, that's probably why school pride's not really a thing either. Poutine at the cafe. I really want to try poutine still. This sounds so good. Or it looks so good as well. Flag collection. But yeah. Also, so at the cafes at you guys' high schools, you had just stuff like that. Because we did have like a small cafe, but then I think they would only have stuff at Thursdays or something like that. So yeah, it was not like every day you could go there and get something. And then if they were out, then they were just out. And they would just have, I think, the item of the day. So you could just, I think you just had one option that they were serving. And that was pretty much it. But I guess you guys have whole-on cafes. So different. Flag collection. Why all these different ones? Snow at school, random inspiring quotes, joke of the day. Also did not have that. Will Ferrell lookalike. Decorated classroom doors. It seems just so much more fun, dare I say, in Canada to go to high school. Ours was really basic compared to this. You guys have so much more customization or something, and just much more going on. Yeah, see, we also did not have home games or anything like that because we don't have sports teams at the general high schools. At least I think there are like dance schools, but then you specifically go to that. Let's look into Canadian high school fits. So I'm seeing hoodies, sweatpants, Uggs, leggings, jeans. I feel like jeans are quite normal, but we definitely were not wearing sweatpants. Well, some people might, but generally speaking, it looks more casual in Canada, which is really comfortable. Now this one is with sound, so let's go ahead and see.
Today we are going to be learning about Boham. Yes, the Quebec snowman. No, Timmy, you will never need to know about him again in your life. Everyone get your recorders out. Today we are doing hot cross buns, and it is worth 90% of your grade. It is book fair week. You know what that means? It's time to go walk around the library, pretend to browse, and come back with 15 single dolphin-shaped erasers.
I have no idea what's going on.
Let's go. Today we are doing the beep test. That's right. If you pass the...
Unfortunately, I do know about the beep test. I hated that so much. First of all, I hated PE in general. I could not care about it. I was always the type of person, if we were doing team sports, I was just in the way. And I would always get the ball in my head. And the beep test, oh god, that was horrible. I feel like do as much as I could to pass the test and then be done with it, because I was just wheezing. But yeah, no.
That is what we call a miracle, and if you cry, that is just what we call the Canadian public education system. Hey class, just want to make sure everyone filled out their hot lunch and milk program slips? Yeah, okay. Today we are going to be learning about Boham.
Yeah. Other than that, I have no idea what that was. So that's probably Canada specific things. If you can explain more about it, let me know in the comments. Canadian high school vibes. Okay, yeah, the sports. The big corridors, that's what you call them, right? With the logo of, I guess, the team that you guys have. I'm not sure. And the big lockers. Yeah. See, this is what I mean with it seemed a lot more fun. We didn't have any of these extracurricular things. We would just go to school, go to our classes, have PE, and that was basically it. You went home. There were no games. No, what are those things called? The pep rallies. I don't know. Is that a thing in Canada as well? Because I know it's in the US. It's a thing. Okay, where we started our school days. This is so huge. This is insane. And it's so decorated. That's what I mean too. Yeah, sports trophies wall. Not a thing where I'm from. Yeah, honestly. The American high school experience might be better than the European ones. Library. Rat pics on the wall. What? Stairs that look the same. I just skipped class. It's just so big there. Oh yeah, The yellow school buses. So that's the thing there too. Because when I got to the US for the first time and I saw a school bus for the first time there, I remember telling my wife, I'm like, that's a real thing. Because of the locker experience that I had, where I thought I was getting a locker like that, and I didn't because it just wasn't a thing. I also assumed that maybe the yellow school bus thing was just a TV thing. So then I got there, I saw yellow school bus, I was like, oh my god, this is a monumental day in my life. I'm seeing this school bus. But yeah, anyways, I think that is enough for today. I don't know how long this video ended up being, but I think I got the gist of what Canadian high schools are like. It seems more similar than to the US experience, the high school experience, than the European ones. I don't know about all the similarities and differences between Canadian and US high schools. I'm comparing it to US high schools because that's more of what I know. Yeah, and of course comparing it to my high school experience in the Netherlands. But yeah, if you can let me know more, maybe differences between Canadian and US high schools, then let me know in the comments.